Hello and welcome everyone again into another video, and in today's video we'll talk about the top teams, the best teams in the Open Great League. My name is Yasser Ali. I'm a Twitch streamer and I stream on Twitch and YouTube on this channel, so make sure to subscribe so you can get the latest news, latest stuff that are happening in the game. So since we're getting close to the end of the season, I'm not going to talk about everything here, but I will talk about everything on PvP. The Gligar is still a beast, #1 Pokemon, followed by Fortress, Clodsire, and Giratina Altered, which is a newly added legendary to the game. You have to defeat Giovanni as soon as possible, plus remove frustration right away so you can use it. So good luck with that if you are like one of those people trying to get yourself a Giratina. I think it's worth it. It's so freaking good in this meta. And then we have Lapras. Lapras is still decent, still one of the best, followed by Gligar. Gligar is not good, but the thing is about Gligar, it's actually the best core breaker right now we have. Like whatever opponent is running, they have at least one Pokemon that is weak to Gligar. So it's kind of like a secret weapon, like the past Great League Gligar was. Like you would always feel safe to use Gligar. It doesn't get hard countered, and also you can always have a play Jealous and still good. Primeape is just so spammy, so annoying. Dusclops, I do believe that it's the best safe swap currently. It's better than Primeape, it's better than Azu, but just because of the fact that whatever opponent swap in the current meta, Dusclops will have a play against, and plus it's so tanky. The guy who actually popularizes the Pokemon Go, and I asked him, why do you keep spamming Dusclops? This was before anyone using it. He said Dusclops beat all the tanky Pokemons, and that was his answer. And now like people just started using it left and right. Jumpluff, it's a good Pokemon, you know. Mandibuzz, it's a tanky one. Golisopod is like falling off the meta because it just people finally realize that the Pokemon has no stats to fight in the current meta. Corsola, I think Corsola is just a Sims hero. Every time I use it, this Pokemon suck. Let's be real, it's not as good as you may hope or you may think. So let's brainstorm some teams that are BBML, because this channel have no place for Spice. Okay, you're gonna use Spice. I think you're gonna rescue the Elo, and we do some Spicy here. And let's start with the top performing Pokemon. So the list on the right side is like the best Pokemons, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they are the best Pokemons. But this list is the top performing Pokemons, which mean those are the Pokemons you will see left and right when you play the Go Battle League, because this is what we call, this is the condensed meta. What does condensed meta mean? It's like the Pokemon that people use the most. As an example, Moltres wasn't in the top 10, but Moltres literally in every good team you will see in the Go Battle League. Another one is Tinkaton. Why Tinkaton is here? I mean, it doesn't seem as good. Well, it's not that good. It reminds me of Licky Tongue. It doesn't beat that much, but it always stall the fight enough to put you in a better place than you are. That doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna win, but it will provide you with like a tankiness that will stall the fight enough for you to be in a better place. Doesn't mean it's as good. Sorry, doesn't mean better place does not mean you win. Okay, now we talked about the top performing Pokemons. Let's talk about the top performing teams. Now let's start with the Giratina, the new champ, the new MVP in the Go Battle League. Now something to mention here is, like, I know that Giratina is banned from Great League because there was a bug at one point where like people were getting Giratina just by having a Mew as their body, and then Niantic's way of fixing it was just removing Giratina from the Go Battle League. So I'm not sure whether you can use it or you cannot use it. So keep in mind it's banned. So they have to remove the ban first. There is literally no reason why it's banned now. So hopefully if the ban is not removed, they will remove it ASAP once the leagues rotate. What's the best team for Giratina? Well, Azu Double Ghost is still the most dominant Ghost teams. You could run Giratina with Dusclops or Primeape, because remember Primeape delivered so much Ghost point from having Rage Fist. You could also do Primeape as well. Or you can just go another route, like the Meta Slave route, which is the Dene and Credelli on every team. I think the second team struggles into Scizor, so that's why I'm a fan of the first one, but not the second one. As far as PvP is saying that Moltres has the best and highest performing team, and the team is actually Moltres, Dusclops, Drapion. I mean, those two are just so safe and so good to use. And if you are able to win lead with Moltres, you're just gonna snowball the entire game. So that's the main thing about the Moltres team. But I'm not a fan of running two safe swaps. I generally am a fan of ABC teams with like some good fast move pressure. So I like the second one, which is Lapras and Gastro. Why Gastro? Because lots of people piss me off by safe swapping a poison Pokemon. So I'm just gonna have it there just to destroy those people. But speaking of safe Pokemons, Ferret is still the champ, still the MVP, still the Chad of the Go Battle League. This Pokemon is so safe. And something to mention here. If you use Ferret, these Ferret teams doesn't mean you lead Ferret. But what it means is that any of these Pokemons can be the lead. As an example, here the lead is Scizor, here the lead is Typhlosion. But it's a Ferret team because I'm trying to get you the best Ferret teams. And I actually like this one here, Scizor with Jellicent and Ferret. The team is kind of weak to Fisk in the lead, Univest and Fisk. But if it's elsewhere, Ferret can handle that easily without even paying attention. Because Ferret is just so good and doesn't care about what you run. Speaking of a Chad, a great Pokemon, and one of my favorite in the Go Battle League is actually Kanto Marowak, the Shadow version. Why? I've hit Legend with this Pokemon like 2 seasons in a row, just because it's so brain dead. Like, you literally don't even think. It's like using Obstagoon back in the days, because this Pokemon does so much fast move pressure, so much charge move pressure as well, that it qualify as being the most and the best brain dead Pokemon. I mean, Bastion still wins that. I mean, with Bastion, you don't even click a charge move. It's literally just fast move from the beginning till the end. While here with Marowak, you still have to use some brain here and there. The problem with Marowak teams, they are always weak to Azu, so you have to keep that in mind. So with the first team, Gastro and Talonflame, this is the Legend team from last season for me. I used to lead Talonflame. If they swap in Azu, I throw a Fly or a Brave Bird and then go to Gastro. If they lead Azu, I go to Gastro and then I pray, because majority of Azu teams are just generally weak to Gastro, so they would stay in. The second team is kind of a spicy, but hey, we have some spice here. We have room for spice for some people in chat running spicy teams. And by the way, featuring teams on this channel is back. If you would like to submit your battles, just hit me a message on Discord, and I will try my best to feature them as soon as possible. Speaking of featured Pokemon, Typhlosion is the biggest beast in the Go Battle League right now. This Pokemon is just becoming a stronger version of Kanto Marowak. Like, Kanto Marowak is known for the king of fast move pressure, but now Typhlosion is taking that spot if you have the Shadow. If you don't have the Shadow, don't bother, please. You need the Shadow. Like, the damage you lose by not having a Shadow is just insane. A lot, okay? And you have to use Ferret with it, or Lapras, and the second one you just use Grass just for those Gastrodon swap in. You need to have a hard counter for those. Speaking of another fast move pressure Pokemon, we have Dusclops. This is actually Dusknoir. I made sure to check before I started the video which one is Dusclops, which one is Dusknoir, and I made sure that to say it the correct way, because last time I made a video, you guys were roasting me for saying Dusclops on Dusknoir and Dusknoir on Dusclops. This is Dusknoir, right? So what is Dusknoir good at? Similar to the previous two, it's good at pressuring, fast move pressure, and great charge move pressure, and it's almost as good as Kanto Marowak, and the difference is just which typing do you actually prefer. And because it's weak to dark, you have to have a dark answer. So here the dark answer is this thing, the Rock Fairy Pokemon, and here we have the Spider. And the Spider is kind of like a spicy, it's not a spicy, kind of an off-meta Pokemon, but it's willing to RPS so many Pokemons in the current Go Battle League. Because remember, Bug Bite is buffed, and Water Pulse is buffed. It's still a bad move, but when you have a tanky Pokemon, a bad move is technically a good move. And we have Gligar as a second dark answer. Remember, it has Fury Cutter, which does super effective to the dark type. And speaking of Gligar, one of my all-time favorite Pokemons. I love this Pokemon. Back in the days when this was meta, I used to use it in every freaking team. Because, like, this Pokemon was just a lovely, good-looking, so strong of a Pokemon that's willing to dish so much a charge move, and nothing technically in the meta used to resist this. Like, the worst thing, they can swap Dugong, and they still have to throw a charge moves, because if they don't throw, you get to 2 digs, and then they are forced to shield that. So even against Dugong, you would still have lots of fun. It's performing as a flyer that resists all the ground damage. So you remember you have to run like a safe swap some anti-Dugong Lapras. So that's why we have Primeape and the Dene. And if people run Lapras, we have a Drapion for that. And there is also a Lapras. Technically, you're still weak to Lapras, but there is always like, you know, that factor of winning because you have a Skull Bash, they don't. You swap into Drapion, you sneak, they throw in bad timing. You know, like these type of win conditions. Now, speaking of the Spider, I think the Spider is kind of like, I call it noob friendly. If you want a team to use, you don't want to memorize, you don't want to have a fast reaction, I think the Spider is willing to give that. And these two teams are actually kind of noob friendly with all due respect to everyone's skills. Because like, hey guys, I'm a boomer, I understand it. I understand the boomer reaction takes sometimes 3 to 4 seconds. So like that will put you in like kind of a negative position, unless you have bulky Pokemons like Diggersby, Corsola, or Jellicent, or even Credeli to just spam the debuff. Lapras wise, Lapras loves Drapion and loves Tinkaton, so make sure you always have either. And the third is literally up to you. Could be Gligar, could be this thing, or you could even be Giratina altered. Scizor, the biggest beast in the Go Battle League, which made people run something like Universe Stunfisk, a bad Pokemon with bad moveset, just because it's willing to stop Scizor and all the fire Pokemons that are trying to counter Scizor. So the best way to counter Scizor, or the Scizor counters, which people are using stuff like Talonflame and Typhlosion, is to run a Pokemon like Univerfisk, okay? What's the best Scizor team? I would say Scizor with Diggersby, or Gastro with the Dene. Moltres is fine, but I think there is an... you could also throw a Ferret here and there. Regidrago. I think Home Slice Henry last rotation gave like a spotlight to this Pokemon, and then people started spamming it because it does RPS so many Pokemons in the current meta, and it's willing to shut down so many ghosts, and the ghosts were everywhere because the ghosts were neutral to fire, and Universe Stunfisk and Scizor. And then this Pokemon came in and RPS'd all of them. They just lose to Scizor and beat everything else. And remember, you have to run anti-fairy Pokemon. So yeah, we have a Poison, we have a Steel, and we have 2 ground freaks that beat all the fairies. The Dene with Ferret Lapras is a must. Either of those two, and the third is up to you. Tinkaton. I would run Tinkaton with, honestly, Dusknoir and Moltres. This is my team in the Go Battle League right now. And I love it because it's so noob friendly. And I don't have to, you know, like focus on the skill wise. Fortress is a must to run with Jellicent. You could run Gastro, but I think Jellicent, Diggersby, Gastro, those are 3 you have to pick 2 of. Dragonite is still an RPSy Pokemon that is willing to snowball the entire game. If you just win the lead, you can just RPS from there. The opponent won't be able to come back because this Pokemon dish so much damage that they can't even come back from. I would say this was the team I actually tested out and I had lots of success with, which is Dragonite, Tinkaton, and Lapras. You could also do this as well. Ferret and Blastoise. It's also a solid team and like kind of an updated version, like the latest update. As far as Credeli, I think we talked about lots of Credeli teams. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.